WestNile TV, lighting up the region.
I want to thank everyone for the patience that we've kept here. With me here, I'm called Owen, it's like a from WestNile TV. I have my director, one of the directors. We have the WestNile Region Football Association representatives, and also a representative, of course, from the Federation, the EXCOM representing WestNile, Mr. Russell Ariga, and the fourth estate from different media houses. Thank you so much for coming. Initially, we were supposed to start this at 11. Just like I said, we apologize for the delay. We are here for mostly one thing, that is entering in partnership or marriage as WestNile Television Company Limited with the WestNile Region Football Association. So as WestNile TV, we're here, and more will be elaborated from either sides. Talk about the WestNile part will be taken by my director, and of course the region will also be saying a few of one or two things right here. So without wasting time, I welcome you to the suite where we are sitting. We shall have the communications that will be coming in there, and of course the first communication will be coming from the representative of WestNile Television. That will be from one of the directors. Then we shall also have the representative from the region and have the signings. The rest of the things will be coming there. We shall also have space for, that is Q&As, the questions from the team. Thank you so much. Without wasting time, I would request my boss to pray for us shortly, and then we'll call it open. Thank you.
Let us have a moment of silence, and everybody, with due respect, pray, and then I'll sum up. Let's have a moment of silence. Our God, our Lord, let it go well, and let us grow this region. In God's mighty name we pray. Amen.
Okay, without wasting time, I think I still give you this time to speak to us. Thank you.
WestNile Region Football Association, WestNile TV Company Limited, FUFA, EXCOM member in charge of WestNile Region, the entire media fraternity of WestNile. I salute you all. I am called Daisy Kajik Uchama. I am one of the directors of WestNile TV, and I am so blessed and I'm so happy to have such a time in WestNile region as it is. WestNile region is unique. Let me start from there. We are a unique people with a unique culture, strong and beautiful. Have I lied? But if you see, the world doesn't know so much about us. Let me start from there. But here we are, telling the world that we are WestNile as a region, and we are here to grow and develop our region. Not just in Uganda, but the world over. So I salute you all, my WestNile people. Emi Fongonia, Euri Nedia. For us, we go local. Because if I am proud of my region, why not? And for those who are watching us live, we are live on Star Times, we are live on Zuku, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and very many other platforms. I greet you all in each and every region where you are. I know even wherever you are, it is still WestNile region, so feel at home. WestNile as a region, to me, as a person, I think of it as, you know that African homestead that has different mothers but one father? For us, our one father here is the Nile. This is where we get our name from. The uniqueness, the Nile. And then our different mothers are the different cultures, the distinctive beauties that we do have in the West Nile as a region. Talk about the Kebu, the Lendu, the Lubara, the Kapwa, the Madi. Each and every beauty of West Nile is that which makes us proud to be as a region. Now, as a region, we want the whole world to know what happens in West Nile, in all platforms, and what makes West Nile unique. Allow me speak about West Nile TV just a short time. West Nile TV is the only TV station in the region of West Nile at the moment, amongst very many other TVs in the country and worldwide. We are governed by UCC, and we have a hybrid license, which means our coverage is nationwide. Our satellite carriers are StarTimes satellite, that is on channel 477. Our other satellite carrier is Zuku, that is on channel 0073. We are getting onto the next satellite carriers also as soon as possible. Now, our viewership, if we are to talk about West Nile's reach, it is the whole nationwide coverage, and also the whole of East Africa, because some of our satellite carriers are in all the regions of East Africa. Speak about Congo, talk about Sudan, talk about Kenya. So even this that we are doing here as West Nile region is being watched all over the East African region as we speak. And we want to make a mark, let alone as West Nile TV, but as the region itself and all the entities, including my friends, the West Nile Region Football Association. And I would like to welcome my comrades. Welcome home. This time we're doing it pashu, we are doing it aku, so that we all grow together. We don't want to be like the rest. But as I summarize, why are we here? We are here to grow as a region in all different entities. But what is the vehicle that is driving us today? It is one thing called sports. Sports unifies us in every way, not just as a region, but even as a world over. It is a vehicle that brings unity to a community. It is a vehicle that brings development in different entities. And today I'm a proud West Niler from Zombo here. It is in West Nile region. I am proud to partner with my other brothers from all sectors of West Nile. And I hope today would be a lovely day, inshallah, God being our helper. But as West Nile TV, we are here with our partners to be the West Nile Regional Football League, and would want to have a partnership to see how we can share out this uniqueness that comes from this region of West Nile TV to the rest of the world. And for now, allow me stop here and say, welcome home. Let us show them what we have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Daisy. Now allow me to take this time to also throw the ball to the other side. We have heard about the West Nile Television. Let's also hear from the West Nile Region Football Association representative. And I'll throw the ball into the West Nile Region side. Mr. Bosco Walker.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome for this session here we're having. My name is Chandia Bosco. I'm the first vice chairperson for West Nile Regional Football Association. My chairman is taken up. Amid this year, we have a group of people we do work with in the region. We have our PRO, Mungurek Alfred. Then we have my second vice is also there, Opio Isaac. And then we have FUFA delegate to the region, Bondo Muzami, next to him. And then we have our technical person in charge of development of football in the region, Mr. Abale Astra. And then I'm leaving him purposely. He's a big person in the region. He's representing us in the FUFA house in Kampala, but he's also an ex-com member in the FUFA. So some of the key decisions in Ugandan football is involved in it. He will have a session to give some speech. On behalf of the region, I want to say we are very proud to associate with WestNile TV, because one thing is, I want to give you some few details of what we are about to sign. WestNile TV from next season will fully be broadcasting our games, the regional league games, which I think in Uganda is going to be the first one to have a TV that broadcasts a regional league game. It is not there. Much as some time ago when Star Times came in to sponsor UPL, they were saying they are going to broadcast Super League, big league games, including some few regional league games. This has only happened once in WestNile TV, WestNile region. There was a game broadcasted between Navy Central and Ochoko United in the Navy. It is only one. And we believe it has not been able to give enough viewership and expose the regional talents. And with the WestNile on board, we believe this region is going to be put up there. Already the director is saying this TV is covering almost all of East Africa. So if we can have a local talent here in Zumbu, in Arua, in Iumbe, being watched in maybe Nairobi, Kenya, Dar es Salaam and so on, you can see the marketability of our players and so on. So we believe with this partnership, one, our players will be able to get markets outside Uganda. That's one. Two, when you talk of selling players abroad, some people may not be able to watch these players. Sometimes they look for video clips of the football games they have played. And at the regional level, we have not been able to have this, because to get these clips, you need to have these live games and so on. That's where you can get the clips from. And with this WestNile TV in place, we even believe this will come to pass. For people who have been involved in the marketing players and so on, I think this will be a very good ground to track the young talents. That's another issue. The other thing is our league, WestNile Regional League, has never been having sponsorship. And we struggle a lot when it comes to managing the league because of financial burdens and so on. So much as our MoU with the WestNile TV has no financial connotation at the moment, but we believe since these games are going to be live, we are able to attract, not in the long run, we will be able to attract sponsorship for this league. So we are positive and hopeful. Even our media guys who have come around here will be able to take this message out that now, if you are partnering with WestNile TV, your brand will be able to go far. So we're happy that you located us. This being something within WestNile, it wouldn't be also good if you went and sponsored a team from maybe a league from the Soga of Uganda. It is good you identified with the home people, and we need to work together to take the brand very far. So other things they will give the platform for the media to ask and so on, and then we'll be able to answer. But before I close, I want to welcome Mr. Rigara Sul to give us remarks regarding this statement.
Thank you, Chairman of WestNile Region, all the executive committee members who have joined us in this important event here. I want to thank the management of WestNile TV for this initiative. I think it's the first time that we are partnering with the television company that want our games to be viewed. I want to also recognize my co-states who are here, members from already purchased. They are all one. The ones I have not mentioned here because they are able to see. I don't want the purchase here. I don't know which other media houses are around. course, my technical director who has come here in the capacity of the CEO. This time there are a lot of delegation here. The chairperson has been delegated, the CEO has been delegated, so there are a lot of delegations happening. But it is for the good cause that we want people. Offices are not individuals, but offices are for people to manage the institution. So whoever is here in that capacity, thanks for being part of this very important event. I want to convey a greeting from the football president, Engineer Moses Magogo, who is in charge of the football in this country. And when I'm here, when you talk about football, I speak on his behalf. The biggest thing that we want to fight using the WestNile TV is the big elephant called hooliganism. That's one of the challenges that we have been facing as a region, as a country. People want to come and engage themselves in the game, but at the end they want to use it for fighting. And when you don't have any evidence, there's no way you're going to ban somebody. But I'm grateful that you are going to have clips of all the games that we are going to have here within the region. I think Isaac and the team, your work is going to be simple, because you'll be able to identify who is who in this kind of act. So hooliganism is going to disappear. And when you talk about hooliganism, it's not limited to even the teams. Even we ourselves who can be part of the hooliganism in this event when we are involved. So it's going to help us. Nobody is going to be left out. And now that we have this important event, and I don't want to repeat what the management has talked about, why we are here. I don't want to repeat what the chairman has said. But one important thing is that we are not limited only to regional league games here. We have even 4th division games that are going in this region. And we also want to, let's have a MoU that will capture also the 4th division league. Because the 4th division leagues in other DFS are even more competitive than the regional league. So it will be an opportunity to also expose those ones at lower level, that they will be able to be seen. You are aware football is no longer recreation, it's a business. And for us to market these players that are involved in the game, they must be followed. And when the cover is clear, whoever wants a player can be referred to the clips. It's going to be a simple thing for us. So I will now request that those who are listening to this program here, the club owners, that you are going to be protected. The league is going to be protected from other acts that are going to happen. So, effectively, next season, let's have better teams, better players, and that are prepared to compete. That when you expose them to the TV, less impressive. I know all the DVs may not be the same, but there's high time that we need to improve in terms of management, in terms of organization, and all aspects. Even the mayor dressing must be also emphasized, because you are going to appear on the TV. There's no way you are going to dress in category and you think people are going to appreciate and follow you. So it comes with a lot of challenges now. Much as you are crying for the TV, but also want to also prepare. So I would want to request the regional team here to ensure that it must be part of the club licensing that dressing must be a requirement. Because also, let's have home team colors and away team colors to be a requirement. That when we dress and we are covered, we must appear and look organized region and organized teams. There's no way we're going to give excuses. So let's make it part of the club licensing. I know it's going to come with a lot of challenges, but now when you want good things, you always come with the challenges. But one important thing I want to emphasize here to the media guys here is that for us, and even the region is not interested in the money, the region is interested in exposure. And therefore, this MoU does not include financial benefits. The people in the region, there are people who want to portray others negatively. Tomorrow you hear on the verandas that WestNile TV signed a MoU with the region, and the region parted with a lot of money. Let's put it white and black that there is no financial engagement in this kind of MoU that we are going to have. It is purely exposure, and the exposure will enable the teams to attract their own sponsors. And should we do that, and we are going to minimize confusion. But should we not do that, and then confusion is going to continue. I'm not saying that we are going to cause confusion, but mine is an appeal that let's minimize the confusion. WestNile TV being a partner, we also need to protect them because they have a brand that they need to protect. And I'm glad that the brand is visible. If you look around here and you happen to see somewhere the WestNile TV is sitting, you see the branding is well done. And that's one thing we want to emphasize, because let's protect this brand. Equally, I'm seeing what is here. That's the branding. Let's protect that brand. So, for us to protect this brand, let's report the right things that have happened, that are contained in the MoU. I think basically those are a few things I wanted to say. But however, one thing before I conclude is that the WestNile region is autonomous. They can do anything in terms of sponsorship or the partner with anybody. So there's no reason why someone will say, why are we partnering with the WestNile TV? What about Fufa TV? No. You're autonomous, you can do whatever you think is within your means, because you are a region, you are a member of Fufa, and you have other things to do as a mother association governing football in this region. Madam, WestNile TV has emphasized the issue of unity. Let's use football to unite people of WestNile. The WestNile region, like it has emphasized the region of diversity. That's why we are here speaking English. If it was a single region where we speak the same language, we are going to use a local language here to speak. Because we are a region of diversity, let's use this diversity to bring people within the region together. And it's my belief that we are going to bring people together through WestNile TV. And when we shall achieve this, when we are going to speak the truth about what is happening here. We divert from what we are doing here to our problems. I want to thank you very much for this event, and I want to be grateful that I'm one of the persons being very involved in this event. They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Of course, I'm involved in the step, and it's the legacy that all of us who are seated here one day will be talking about. But my prayer is that it must be a reality. Let it happen. And the reality is starting on Sunday. That we are going to have the playoffs here. We're going to have a big team from Navy, the names of Navy Central, and we shall have a giant coming from a side called Kochaba. So the Albany and Navy Central are coming to meet here. The town is the Albany. And who is you? The 90 minutes will determine. So we want the games to be fair, and the start is WestNile TV. I think, Madam, it's going to be a very good event that you are going to start with the playoffs. And of course, we want to pray whichever team will emerge, also we support. And you follow to Njeru to give our usual support, because we want another team in the big league to replace Adjuman Town Council, like you have heard that Adjuman Town Council is not performing well. So that we have a team that will join the caliber to men in the league. And why do you want many teams in the league? Because it will help us to cut on transport costs and other costs that we are going to incur. And because we shall have these zonal playoffs here, I think the same WestNile TV should have been involved, and I pray must be involved, that the zonal league games must be covered live. So we have two groups here. We have Nile Zone and Nyagati Zone. The Nile Zone is going to be played in Limbe,
Nice one will be.
And the Jangaka, I don't know where it's going to be. Maybe. Where the Central is also coming from. And the same is where the Kochapa is coming from. I don't know what will happen. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I want to wish everyone well.
Isaac, on your side, I still threw the ball back to you.
Okay. Thank you, the ESCOM member, for the points you have raised. They are very important points. And one thing I need to echo is the issues specifically to do with the organization of the teams. I think it will be important after this event for us to have some other media engagements where we're able to address the teams on this. For those who have missed this opportunity to watch what has transpired, we need to inform them of what has really transpired again. And the good thing, our guys of the radio are also there. We're asking for airtime too, to have sensitization of these teams, specifically regarding this, because like the ESCO members rightly raised, this MoU is coming with a lot of challenges because we have had engagements with these teams. We know their capabilities, and there are very many things we'll need to put right in some of the teams, so that we don't appear to be disorganized on TV. So I think briefly that's what we can do at the moment.
Okay, I think according to the program, the people who are to give speeches are done, and we're supposed to have the signing, then after we have the questions. So we going to be having the signing of the MoU, and then after there we shall also give now the chance to the fourth estate, as in case of any question you have, the floor will be open before we close this chapter. For those who came late, I just said we have a table there where you can serve yourself, and we'll get in there.
so much. We have done part of the signing. I guess I could take it here. And I say congratulations.
Thank you.
We are now partners. And let us grow this region well. Let us grow this region. Well done. Welcome home.
Thank you.
As we are here, I would love to present WestNile TV, standing in for my directors, and also as WestNile TV, the company. I would want to unveil my brothers, my home members, as also partners of WestNile TV. Welcome.
Thank you.
And so I think, as for now, I'll take over and say the floor is open. If there are any questions that you would want to know, please have this opportunity to ask, and make your questions direct and short so that we can kill over time, and then we shall have photo moments later on. You're welcome. Yes.
No, thank you. My name is Toko Bat, okay, a sports journalist. I have 3 questions. One is WestNile TV. What's the length of this contract? How long does it go? And perhaps now that it has started, I would prefer to say the word sure, because a product called football is being given to you in terms of rights, broadcast rights. What will then come in the near future? That is to WestNile TV. To WestNile Football Associations, 2 questions. One is to the PR and media sector. What does this mean to the region, and perhaps what expectations do you think people out there, or stakeholders like football clubs, should be able to have in place? And then to the ExCom member and the chairman, who probably is in here, now that this has happened, how much do you think this would be able to change the face of the game in here? Because you did mention something about protection, you did mention something about hooliganism, you mentioned many things. Would this be worth educating masses out there to generate the rightful information and probably keeping them in check in terms of this? Because it's actually been a song. Thank you very much.
I'll take this opportunity to answer the first question, and I would love that you repeat the second question for me. But as for the first question, you asked, what is the longevity of this MoU that we do have? It is an open MoU that is subject to any modification, as long as the period of time of notice that we have agreed on is there, so it can be modified in any way. Why did we leave it open? It is because I would refer to what the ExCom member said. We are growing, and as we grow, there will be, as we grow this on WestNile TV and also as a region, there are going to be blessings that come our way. We have started with no financial entitlements. However, when those come, that is when we modify the MoUs. That is why we left it open, because we are not so sure of when such modifications shall come. I didn't get your second question, but I would love you to repeat it, sir.
My second question was, now that this has happened, then I was trying to look at what it means for you to grab a broadcast right. As far as this is concerned, because it's a big thing. The ExCom talked about it. I had to zip myself a little bit, because when all this started, it looked a joke. Now that's reality. How excited are you? And as a WestNile, I should say, what would come besides it?
What
if
would
I'm
come?
some flesh to it?
I am not God, but what I know is I believe in a God who does wonders. I believe that this partnership will bring financial benefits. Let us start from there. Even if it doesn't happen now, that shall surely come. Not just for WestNile TV, but as the region and even as the Regional Football Association. What are we offering? We are not offering just viewership and a platform. This partnership will go deep down to where, how can I help you? Where can you help me? How can we grow not only just this? It goes on beyond. How can we unify the region? I hope I have answered that question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think there's one question that was directed to me. First of all, I want to thank you all for showing up for this important occasion. Many have spoken. Allow me to go straight to the question. As in charge of the marketing and media department of WestNile Regional Football Association, this is a huge advantage or opportunity for us, because as you may know, in terms of our visibility out there as a region, we have not been doing to a level that would satisfy us. So I think in terms of what we gain, it is going to be a lot. It is going to help us amplify our brand as a region. And I think being the first region with this kind of an arrangement it is really going to be something that we all are going to be proud of. So this particular occasion is one thing that we have always prayed for, and thank God today that we are here to finally put our pens on paper to sign an agreement with an organization, a media organization as big as WestNile TV, our own. And I think it will be nice to see our story as WestNile Regional Football Association being told by our own and from our own perspective. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the questions are very interesting. Thank you, Mr. Tioke, for opening up this. I think it's a very good question that the party has a very good question for us here. But I want to start from where Madam has left, that what does it mean for WestNile TV? Perhaps what does it mean to the region? Now, you know, football is being followed by many people. But the people have not been following WestNile TV, perhaps. But the moment people learn that it is WestNile TV covering football games live, the viewership of WestNile TV will also increase. It is vice versa. Two-way traffic. Much as now the games will be covered, but the viewership also will be increased. And it's a very good innovation for the TV, perhaps. Much as we have started at zero cost, because what we wanted is that we want to create awareness. And that was the basic thing that we want to create awareness within the region, perhaps within the. But when we talk about region, also we can talk about the East Africa region, even the entire country. So it's very important that we impress this. And this MoU to me is 50-50. Yes. There's no way, nobody who is on the loss. It's 50-50. I want the media houses to do that, that we also create more awareness, people must understand that. How can it change the region? Perhaps how is it going to bring changes here? We have talked about the branding, we have talked about teams being, one of the criteria must be equipment, how other teams, how they can be dressed. Of course, that's going to be another importance of having this WestNile TV involved in the game of the football. Because now, we talked about hooliganism here, which has been the biggest problem we have. Now that people are going to be followed, the moment they will know Team A has been followed through the clips and they have been sanctioned and the fans, every time when they see WestNile TV, people are going to change. I think that behavior of being rowdy and attacking referees, attacking opponent teams and everything is going to be reduced. And therefore, what you want to emphasize is that from here, we shouldn't sit down and want to use the payroll of the region, the media person, the chairman here. Let's go to the media houses also and sensitize people more. Because now, even with an increase on, in fact, it's going to employ many people elsewhere. If you look critically here, the WestNile TV has skeleton staff here. But we suddenly other people to report like Kiminas who does with the real one. Isn't that one employment to other people? Even if it's for free, if someone say thank you, already that is motivation. You are going to get involved and many people are going to get involved in the game. And that's how WestNile TV has come. And basically, those are the responses I want to give to us. What TOK has raised. Thank you for the good questions. I think I've been loud and clear. Perhaps if I'm not clear, then.
No, it's fine. I'm only waiting for the chairman to come because there was a narrative, and as this was discussed, he said something nice, and I wanted to know more from him. As the person who perhaps is putting on the biggest shoes here in the region, what this can actually be able to transform. And then again, from the earlier things that we've learned, because I'm sure this package has come after a very long struggle. Now that it has come, as a leader, how much will this help or enhance your work? That was what I was trying to find out from you.
Thank you. Like I said earlier on, in Uganda, regional leagues in Uganda, this is the first one of its kind. Even if I'm not mistaken, maybe in East Africa. So, first of all, what this means is WestNile Regional League is going to be at a certain level. It is not going to be the same again. So what does that mean? That it means we as the stakeholders of the region also need to improve. Where we have been doing things like maybe not in the right way, we will also need to pull up our socks. That's one. Two, the other issue is what Mr. Riga Rasul has just said. What this viewership and so on, we strongly believe will be able to transcend into financial benefits for both WestNile Regional League and the WestNile TV. And that's why Madam Daisy, when she was raising that, when we were discussing this MoU, we actually left it open. Even if tomorrow someone, after maybe this press review, if someone came tomorrow with some huge sponsorship, you would probably hear us calling you media people back. That after we start yesterday, there's something coming up. And so it is an open thing, and we believe as a WestNile Regional Football Association, we are going to grow bigger than what we have been after this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Two quick ones. Though I would really, in a special way, start by thanking the two parties. Such a marriage is unique. Like many of you have already hinted, in East Africa or in our side of Africa, it's only in Ethiopia where regional leagues sometimes are covered. This is a great marriage and probably a milestone that we appreciate. Two quick ones. One to the region and one to WestNile TV. To the region, this is the region that in East Africa probably, I can say, loves the beautiful game of football the most. The passion, the zeal that is exhibited when games are played, the tension that grows with it, the anxiety that covers it or accompanies it is always high. The case in time, the game between Paida Black Angels and Paida United in the recent past has always yielded some kind of tension that no Premier League club even sometimes feels within themselves. And that's not because they're hooligans, no, because they're passionate. They love the two clubs. And beyond that, there's even Navy fans and others who love the game. So based on what happened on record, what happened in their game, how much protection is WestNile region ready to provide to WestNile TV, given that in covering these games you have gadgets like these ones that are going to be deployed in the pitch, even the staff, the human resource that is going to be deployed. How much protection do you intend to give? Is it the police the usual way? What is that thing you're going to give to protect WestNile TV, the TV company that is going to cover the games? At the same dimension, the other question goes to WestNile TV. Allow me to drop in an example. When StarTimes came
to not only sponsor but to also cover certain Uganda Premier League, some standards were set. This included the standard of the pitch and some requirements. What is WestNile TV setting as a standard for the regional league clubs through the WestNile Region Football Association to have in place before games are covered? Is it the greening of the pitch? Based on the level of infrastructural development we have in the region, is it going to be the pitches that we see around here where the games are going to be played and covered, or there are going to be some conditions that because certain clubs will not have the best pitches, they are going to be forced to play away from their original homes? What are those standards? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kiminas and the media personnel who are around. I think you have raised a very pertinent issues, and what issue of protection must be part of the MoU. And not to go through the MoU to the last ones. One of the issues that you need to capture in the MoU must be the protection. And if it was not done, it is subject to inclusion in the MoU. How shall we protect WestNile TV now that they are coming free to broadcast the games in the region? One of the protection that we are going to offer is that we need to sensitize the teams first. Now that they are going to start covering these games right from the playoffs, but the playoffs might not be a challenge, but effective next season, the teams are going to be involved. And we have not concluded the league, perhaps the league is concluded, but we have not seen which teams are relegated or promoted. There have been more. But now, we need to sensitize those teams that are going to be involved in the game. Thirdly, we shall have regulations, rules and regulations. One of the pertinent issues that will be captured in the rules and regulations must be the emphasis about the TV, how the TV is going to be protected. And should you fail to do that, what sanctions you are going to get? The issue of the uniform men and the women is not important now. But the other aspects are very important. Because you are aware for any game that you are going to do, the home team must provide security. And that security may not be enough to protect the TV as we talk now. So I'm talking here to the management of the region. If you want to continue with the WestNile TV and you want better things to happen in the region, those must be the items that you need to take into consideration, that we are at the same level with the WestNile, our partners, that we don't have any other challenge. I think Mr. Kiminas, thank you for giving us that kind of eye-opening, because you are trying to remind us some things likely to happen based on the past experience that you have ever been there. I think that's where I want to stop.
Maybe to add on what he has just said. From his speech, even earlier on, we believe some of these things are happening partly because people are not there to observe. Because we basically, when it comes to taking decisions to punish teams for hooliganism and so on, there's basically been referees reports. But with this TV in place and so on, here will not be able to hide. So it will give us a plus in terms of handling hooliganism in the regional league. That's one. Two, one thing we plan to do after here is we are going to call a meeting as a region for all the regional league clubs management, where we are going to also discuss with them details of this MoU, because we work on behalf of them. So we will have this meeting and what it means to them. And in this meeting, the issue is raising here of security for WestNile TV and so on will be handled in parallel. And I want to assure you that we are going to do our best to make sure occurrences of this, maybe destroying the properties of WestNile TV will not be able to happen. But still, in our leagues, we usually also, my competition chairperson is here. We usually put in place issues to do with security before the games are handled. Maybe where we will need to improve is where probably some of those games, what Kim Naz is raising are actually derbies. And one thing is, if you watch some of our regional league games, even the UPL teams cannot attract that crowd. Some of those games where it has happened. Maybe where we have been lacking is probably the security we have been providing in some of these games have not been enough. I think that's where we will need to look into to make sure enough personnel are there. But the best security is actually offered by the fans, by themselves. If they understand the meaning of the football and so on, that's why the issue of sensitization through the media outlets and so on is going to be paramount.
Maybe to also add my voice, because the same question was posed on both sides. How is WestNile TV going to be able to give coverage of security to our new partners? As WestNile TV, we are eyes. A TV station, camera, lights, action. It's the best I can provide, evidence. If at all there is anything that has happened, if it has been seen on camera, it shall be recorded. So if at all there is anything that has to do with security, as WestNile TV, we shall always provide evidence. However, I would also want to mention that WestNile TV company is an insured company. That does not mean that we have room for hooliganism and the rest. No, we do not have. What does it mean? It means the marriage, let me use that language, the marriage that now we do have as partners gives us a stronger muscle, so as to get even third-party security if we do need. Not only for the companies and partners, but even for the funds that are going to be there with us. Because this is not only just for us, it is for the region. So if I come with the protection, he comes with protection, I think everybody there should be safe. However, if there is any room, and you cannot put all eggs in one basket, there is still room for modification in our MOUs. We can still discuss further. It is still open. I think I'll stop here.
Yeah, maybe to add on what you have said, there was an issue to do with the greening of the pitches.
Oh yes.
One thing is, even before WestNile came on, one of the conditions were given to teams is to make sure to improve on their whatever playing surfaces. That includes the greening, the marking, and so on. But amateur league, things improve slowly by slowly. Some teams were able to do this. That's why if you go to some fields, as this league ended last year, as this one is going to end, some pitches were actually in a better state compared to the previous years. But with the TV coming on ground, already matches were not passed it officially, but it is one of the things will be passing to the teams. The league is officially closing on Sunday with that playoff. After that, this is one of the messages actually we're going to pass to the teams to work on their playing surfaces. It would look good if most of the pitch where the games are going to be aired, they actually green.
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much. My appreciation to management of WestNile TV for closing the gap, especially when it comes to the TV sector of WestNile. It's been a very long time relying on other sides. About this particular engagement, I wanted to get clarification on a few areas. One is on the area of preparedness. How prepared are we, as the management, to give viewers the best as we started soon with the live broadcast? Then secondly, what other, I'm not going through the MoU, what other components do we have apart from live broadcast of that particular part? And then lastly, the sustainability plan. Of course, clearly stated there's no money involved for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sabir. The first question is, how prepared are we? As WestNile TV, we are prepared. Just give us lights, give us action, Kangara. We are there, and we shall always be there. And you asked about what other engagements are involved apart from live broadcast. In our MoU that we signed, it is clearly stated that the MoU is not just about live broadcast. It is about any activity that they need as WestNile Region Football Association to air out any type of sensitization, any type of press meeting, any type of communication, so that it is easier to get information out rather than just entertainment. So it comes with edutainment. We inform and we also play out the games live. Thank you, sir.
The last sustainability.
Sustainability
Of the partnership. That is a broad question. When you talk about sustainability, I'd want to also ask in what form. Let us be a bit direct.
Okay, so I mentioned, it was mentioned clear about there's no money directly involved for now. We've seen very many partnerships, okay, not particularly this with others, collapsing maybe after 1 year because of money issues.
Okay.
Mr. Sabir, I think when I was responding here, I said this MoU is 50-50, which means there's nothing that they can lose either gain at the moment. But WestNile TV is a going concern. They will continue being there with their activities. Like the region is a going concern. So I continue with their activity like we have been. But now that there is something happening that WestNile TV says we want the public, the world to see what's happening here. I think we shall continue with the same trend. Not until, if it's going to be very good thing in terms of quality of the games that people are going to view. That is, someone comes as a sponsor and say, I want to put money. I think that's when they will say the MoU has been open, the two parties will sit together and agree on the modalities, how we can manage this. So it's not only left, we shouldn't leave it only the WestNile TV and the region. We also want to involve the fourth estate like you. Let's make sure that the world must know about this. From where you are seated, it shouldn't be only WestNile TV. You can equally do the same and also inform the world about what's happening in the region. I think at the end, all of us can be in the same table, share the same information. But that's the beginning, and let's give it a trial. I think that's why what I want to respond to what Sabina is saying.
Yeah, that's correct. Helps to also us to give the information correctly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, we get to the last.
Okay. The question I asked, particularly to WestNile TV, I feel it's not been answered yet because it wasn't basically about security. The security one went to FUFA or the football itself, because as part of FUFA's mission and even vision, the aspect of protection is being emphasized there. That's why the question of protection went to them. But to WestNile TV, I wanted to know what standards will you set or requirements will you throw to the region to prepare these teams for these coverages. For example, I started the example of StarTimes. When StarTimes came as sponsor, they didn't only sponsor but also cover these games, in which partnership or marriage there was those standards or requirements thrown to these clubs. That's why the example of greening the pitch, maybe perimeter fences needs to be in place. Yeah, what standard is WestNile TV or requirements is WestNile TV setting for these clubs to follow? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The standards, amongst many that we had already tried to discuss when we were discussing the MoU, one was already mentioned, the beautification, not just the greening of the pitch. The beautification goes to all forms, including branding and all that. That has already been spoken about. I'll not repeat. The second one is that we would require as WestNile TV, and we had already discussed, and they know of it, that there will be more manpower from their side and also our side to come and give a beautiful story that can be watched with pride from WestNile. Not just the quality from the technical team that you'll find from WestNile TV, but also the quality of professionalism that will be from our partners. The next other thing is the other standard we had already discussed about before signing this, is the discipline of the two partners. The discipline not just of the staff, but the promoting the discipline of the game and of the region. And I thought we had already said something along that line. But thank you so much for asking.
Just to add on that, a few things. One, let's talk about the standards of the pitch. We know very well, even when the previous you talked about, or the other company came on board, if you check the standards of the league that is ongoing, even with the standard that they put, it's not really to what they wanted. So I think it's going on there, and we already told them, at least for it to look beautiful, we need the greening, we need at least the perimeter fence, which has always been there, to make sure that these teams, even the personnel, are protected. It differentiates between the two, the fans, zone 1, zone 2, the zone A, zone B. So I think those are there already in our agreement that we put with them. They are going to be happening, and I know implementing is always one key thing that keeps coming there. Yes, Toko.
Well, thank you. Just to build confidence, WestNile TV, have ever covered games, and how good were they? Which games did you cover ever since you started? Then two, what would be the value cost of this engagement? I called it a swap because I think you get, I get. Well, what's the value? Because every live broadcast you guys go into is huge money, good millions. How much would you value this in terms of costs? To WestNile region, apart from the engagements the ExCo member mentioned, we've had a cultural competition that was probably quite appetizing, the FUFA drum. You guys gave a good coverage, but then there were restrictions. Now that we've gotten this opportunity, if then that work with WestNile TV, perhaps would they do what the Achilles did? I think they did it with the social media kind of stuff. They had a TV that came in here. Just to give an example. And it gave us spice. Would it be substantial that this marriage would be able to give opportunity for WestNile probably as a region to have WestNile TV as a second back, or perhaps an attaching in every situation that will be involved, or it just remains here? Perhaps a meaning. Do they cross the Nile even to cover us? Thank you.
All right, let's start with how many games we've covered so far. First was the Black Power Calvary game that was at Greenlight Stadium. Was a big game in the FUFA Big League. We were to cover a game between Wahil and KCC, I remember, which didn't happen due to certain issues that came in there. But looking at other games, we have been covering other games which have been friendlies, the other leagues. That's live. Also our own games as the television. When we go for friendlies, we feel we always need to come live. But FUFA organized, it's the big league that we covered at Greenlight Stadium between Black's Power and Calvary. That was our first test. Still even on YouTube, you can still get them and follow up from there. But looking at, you asked about the cost. When we came in this, we already looked at how exactly this would be. And before we entered the marriage or got into a partnership, we already prepared. It is a normal thing to us, a daily thing that we do. Even right now, if there's any live, we do. So the television is very ready to do anything because looking at the contract, someone will ask it, but it is an open and there's no money attached. What about how are you going to get the money? I know that's a question that will be coming there. As a television, we are ready.
Let me interject. I want to know how much does it cost like to have a single game? So somebody will have a vision that if WestNile TV is covering 30 games,
Yes.
this would be cost. Like for example, if it is 1 billion a game, then somebody will know this engagement would have costed WestNile region this to be on TV, that WestNile TV is giving a package on this because it's already something that's going to be cemented. The how much portion is in a way that somebody down there who may probably be able to, that's what Rasul said.
Yes.
And I want to believe by what he said, because we've been in this region for quite a long time. People like dragging things. Now, to make it precise for someone out there, that this would be expensive if done the other way. Now, how much is that expensive? Okay.
Thank you so much. I think I'll jump in there. As WestNile TV, we have a standard rate card, and it can be shared on any platform. And if you go on our platforms, you'll find the rate card there. Every live stream event that we do that has no drone is 3 million. And we are saying it open because it has been happening before. And this is not just for sports only. Any live, if you want any event of yours, whether it is a birthday, live, the standard rate at WestNile TV is 3 million. If you want, that is the standard. But then there are those who want more. And also sports comes with more. It is not just the way you're going to cover Women's Day, Independence Day. There is a lot of action. There are more cameras involved. There are more staff involved. So to give you a green picture, it is not less than 3 million. However, it can go as wide as it can, depending on whatever activity it is. But in this case, in sports, it is more than that. But that is our bid. Thank you so much.
Yes, okay, giving us your questions here. I want to start with the giving us. He raised a serious question here about the standards. Because by standards now, I want to appeal to the management of WestNile TV. Let's go back and think outside the box. Since we said the MoU is still open, after the time you will come back to us and say, want on this league, want to be the owners of this league, because we want to benefit from many things. And still we can engage you and say, yes, let's look at the MoU and we can make adjustments. By virtue, WestNile TV being an official broadcaster of the regional league and other leagues within the region, should have total control over the league. In terms of branding, because for any game that you are going to do at the regional league, there must be branding in names of WestNile TV. And those ones come out of the cost. Because now you know what it means when someone gives you mileage, what it means. Also comes with a lot of financial benefits. But now that we say we want to give it a try, like I said, it's 50-50. Our major issue was the protection of the game, the league, like you know. So why start with that? But now in the TV house, you must have your own objectives also, where you want to exist as a West TV house here. So we don't want to talk about this one here, but perhaps with time we shall come back and sit on a round table and we can break even. Tioke has been asked a very good question about now that there are games that the WestNile TV has been doing, but the games that WestNile TV has not been doing. We are in the process. I've engaged my people of the Super TV, that at one time we need to have a MoU with them. That's in a situation where the Super TV cannot travel here, WestNile TV will do it on their behalf and also share the same information. I think at the later time we are going to sit together with people who in Fupa TV. You know, Fupa TV is being owned by Fupa itself, which I am an executive member and make decisions. And of course, the decisions, these were people within our region. So we want to also empower our own people. There's no one need that every time vehicles are traveling from Kampala to here and yet to have our own people. So at the one time we are going to do that. When we are going to sign the MoU, perhaps with the Fupa TV also will be involved, and also so that the public within the people within the region will be able to know. But my appeal here as we leave this place, let's tell our people that it's a 50-50, that financial benefits, but let's give it a try.
All right, thank you so much. I think those are the questions and answer sessions that we had. Thank you so much for asking, and to the team, thank you also so much for answering these questions. With that, I call this press conference adjourned, and we are going to be having a photo moment and then a signing on that board. We shall have a photo moment. I think we shall change it somewhere here. We shall see where to locate it very well. And then we shall also have a photo moment outside with the team that has come in including the fourth estates. Thank you so much for coming. The rest of the things are still available in case of any other thing. You can ask me. Thank you.
Maybe have some photo moment. Should we do this?
Let's just do it here so long as
WestNile TV, lighting up the region.